What's up, guys? Matt Nuzzo here at Reel in Cape Hatteras to talk to you about the Liquid Force Solo. Liquid Force Solo. Check it out, man. Solo for one strut. Liquid Force started this kite because they said, hey, we want to try out the strutless trend. We're going to see what comes out of it. You know, the whole thing with strutless was to make a kite lighter, more portable, better packing. To tell you the truth, I really don't care about that stuff. Who cares if it packs up? I'm still bringing a ton of gear anywhere I go. It's nice that they do pack up smaller, but what they ended up with was a one strut kite, and they learned a ton about kite design, a ton about a bunch of different things that make kites work and don't work in developing this kite. What's ended up is a quiver of kites that are unlike anything Liquid Force has made before. Okay, so you look at this kite here, the Solo, single strut, really swept back wingtip. The key features of the Solo is got a huge wind range, okay? So tons of power, and even more so tons of depower. So this is a 9-meter kite I was testing today, and most people are out there on 12s or 17s, so way bigger kites. But I've also ridden this kite way overpowered, and most kites that are bigger than size is just a 12-meter, it's just a 14-meter with a 12 on the outside. So you basically don't get the depower when you're getting a kite with a lot of low-end grunt. Solo, totally different. So you'll notice too, the kite's flapping at the side of the window, sheet out, the kite flaps a ton, okay? At first I was like, man, it's got a little weird bar feel because of flapping, and I was like, people aren't gonna really like this because there's a little flap in the steering. But what I found out is that when you sheet the kite, push out like that, it goes backwards in the wind window because of the flapping. So the inefficiencies that flapping causes makes the kite ultra stable. So this kite, the Solo, generally speaking, flies forward in the wind window. It really wants to fly way forward in the wind window, but when you depower sheet out, the kite sets back, okay? So this kite's at the edge of the window, but you'll see in the review, push the bar out, kite sets way back, and is super stable. So that makes this kite amazing for a ton of people. And what they found when they were designing this kite was that the Solo is, they always thought the power came right at the center strut. That's where you're getting all the power. But they found out when they created the Solo, when they started with no struts and then kept working up, they had half struts, 3/4 struts, full struts, a couple different ones. What they found was that the power actually comes from where the second strut would be down. So a lot of the wingtip and a lot of the side shape that's there. So they learned quite a bit in kite design when they're actually making this kite here. So the Solo, who's it good for? Traveling, all this and that, and the other, who really cares? I just want a kite that's gonna fly well and work well. The people that I really think that this kite's gonna be great for, first and foremost, anyone that wants a really easy to use kite. This kite has brainless relaunch. It's really lightweight, so it flies in really light winds too. So it's easy in gusty conditions, real stable. Also that huge wind range, tons of low end without grunt because it's pulling forward, and tons of depower make it great for women, kids, anyone that just wants to have kind of fewer kites in their range. So again, this 9 is kind of competing with the territory where most 12s are, but I can easily ride it up to where most people are in 9s. So free riders, beginners, absolutely. Brainless relaunch. I've ridden it in onshore waves too. Onshore wave riding is sick because you push the kite and it drifts amazingly well. So it has a pretty big range. The people who are not going to like this kite, they want to have a more rigid frame. They want to have that real 3-strut design. So stick with a kite like the Envy. That 3 struts is going to give you a more rigid frame, more power for really whipping the kite around. You see in the turns, when I'm turning this kite, it does flutter, does flap. You do feel it in the bar. Personally, I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of bar feel for overall performance, and the Solo's got it. So you can bet for sure Solo's gonna be in my back of my truck. I've also been using it foil boarding. Unbelievable for the light stuff. So the Solos aren't leaving my truck this summer, that's for sure. Thanks for checking us out. You can see more info at realwatersports.com.